So I wanted to take a few minutes to go through the activity because some of you really struggled with this, and it's important that you understand how to use these proportions. In the activity, you were asked to convert this recipe that was designed for making 4 pancakes, and you're supposed to convert it so that you can make 10 pancakes, and then underneath I wanted you to make it for 2 pancakes. So for the purposes of our example of this video, instead of doing it for 10 pancakes or 2 pancakes, let's do it for, oh gosh, let's say 15 pancakes. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of pancakes. Not bad though, because I have 5 people in this house. So really, it's only 3 pancakes each. That's pretty good. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is set up our proportion. We know the proportions for 4 pancakes because they give it to us. So I'm going to put the 4 pancakes, I'm going to call them panks, 4 pancakes in my numerator and then 15 pancakes in my denominator. So this is for my example, but when you go back to do it, you're either going to have 10 in the denominator if you're doing the first table, or 2 in the denominator if you're doing the second table. All right, let's start out with the flour. I know that 4 pancakes uses 4 tablespoons. I don't know how many tablespoons I will need for 15 pancakes. So this is where you want to do your cross products. I'm going to multiply 4 pancakes times x, which is 4x, and then I'm going to multiply 15 times 6. Do you see how it's making an x? How it's making a cross? That's why we call it cross products. And 15 times 6 is 90. Now, an interesting fact about these proportions is that these cross products are equal. So we can use this to help us find the missing variable, which in this case is the tablespoons for 15 pancakes. So I know that 4 times some number is 90. To figure out what that number is, I have to divide both sides by 4, and I find that x is 22.5, which means, now I'm going to do it down here. You're still doing it for 2, but I want to do my example here. This means that I need 22.5 tablespoons of flour to make 15 pancakes. Now let's look at the milk. Well, conveniently, the milk and the water are the same amount, so I only have to do this once and I'll get 2 answers. So in order to make 4 pancakes, I need 1/4 pint of milk. Now you'll see I put in green, we talked about this in class, I changed the 1/4 to a decimal because I like to use my calculator. So 1/4 pint of milk is for 4 pancakes. I don't know how many pints are for 15 pancakes. Again, we're going to multiply across, so 4x, because 4 times x is 4x. 15 times 0.25 is going to give me 3 3/4, so I'm going to call it 3.75. And then to figure out what I need to multiply times 4 to get 3.75, I have to divide both sides by 4. And 3.75 divided by 4, it's going to be kind of a long decimal. I'm going to round it. It's 0.9375. I'm going to round it to 0.94. So that is for milk, and conveniently also for the water. For the last ingredients, salt and egg, they're both 1. So I only have to do this part of the proportion once. So 4 pancakes requires 1 egg and 1 pinch of salt. We'll call it the egg this time. I don't know how much egg or how much of the pinches of salt I will need, so that's why my variable goes there. Again, I'm going to cross multiply. 4 times x is 4x. 15 times 1 is 15. Again, you'll see our cross products are equal. I need to know what I can multiply times 4 to get 15, so to figure that out, we divide. You see how it's always the same steps, isn't it? You see a pattern? And then that tells me that x is equal to 3 3/4. Therefore, salt would be 3.75, and eggs would be, I don't know how you do 3 3/4 of an egg. I'm not a baker, I will tell you that now. My kids will tell you that too. Anyway, this is how you use proportions to fill in the table. Now remember, for you, you are using 10 pancakes and 2 pancakes. So my example was just 4 examples so that you had something to follow. I hope this makes the completing this activity a little easier, and I hope this helps you understand how to do proportions.